Going over to the Culture Pod podcast, you have Star Wars Acolyte continuing to go down in flames or join the Dark Force or whatever, I guess blow up the Death Star, whatever funny metaphor you prefer. Their average rating is now 14%. But maybe they have some online approval. I mean, they do. They have a couple interesting comments. Can't help but wonder, are they paid by Disney? Are they 1099 contractors? Now, going to look at Rotten Tomatoes, it has really gone downhill or joined the dark side. So of course, the professionals, the people who review movies for a living, they say it's 84% because they're mostly just people who are shills paid by Disney and or just all about the ideology, not the actual product. They're giving an 84%, but the average audience score is 14%, which is so bad that it is actually rated worse than the Star Wars Christmas special, which was the butt of the joke. That was the butt of the joke for decades in terms of ineptitudes from a movie or from a entertainment product. I mean, it was so bad, like Harrison Ford and the crew joke on national news that they just pretend it doesn't exist. That's how bad the Star Wars Christmas special was. And even that was rated higher than the Acolyte, which is also a stupid name to begin with, but it's that. Which again is what happens when you have no substance and it's all about virtue signaling and really spitting in the eye of George Lucas and ignoring the entire premise of the whole origin story. Which again, I'm no Star Trek aficionado by any means, but I do know in an instance, rudimentary spoken, you have a good guy becomes evil, and then he has salvation at the end, becomes good again. That's the movie in a nutshell, and Anakin was the one, quite literally, they only said that term a million times. He was the one who finally did bring balance to the Force. Some people say a miracle. He was a very unique situation. And now, with a recent story from the Acolyte, it turns out, oh no, the dancing lesbians make Jedi. He's not the one. There's many. So there's nothing special about Anakin. Basically making the whole other movies moot. Basically making them worthless. Which, again, George Lucas, I can't imagine how much heartbreak he has, especially if you got maybe the Pfizer vaccine, allegedly, for the COVID vaccine. But imagine your life work being dragged through the mud this badly. I mean, when you're a creator like him, that's his baby. That's his third child, or I forget how many children he actually has. But, again, he entrusted Disney, and they just keep making it worse and worse and worse. It's heartbreaking to see it. Now, you also have some people on Twitter, interesting enough, yeah, no one's really too happy. Now, this was brought to us thanks to the Real World fan page, whose hashtag is be out of the matrix, which I want to say F- for grammar, but that does not sound grammatically correct. Now, that would be a hilarious idea for like a TV show. It says be out of the matrix, kind of like a hillbilly get out of the matrix, or like a southern one. Let me know if that'd be a funny. I don't know if really it's enough for a whole material for a whole comic strip or like a whole parody, but nevertheless, the Real World page says, quote, Disney, Star Wars in a nutshell, F. Kathleen Kennedy and F. Leslie headline, which that just looks so much like Quentin Tarantino. I mean, the Rebel, he looks just like him. And they have the cover of the Accolade? Spoiler, it's another point of controversy, it's like every race except white guy. Have Kathleen Kennedy, which, as wise as she is beautiful, she is wearing a suit, but she's wearing a t-shirt under it. A t-shirt does probably say Star Wars, but the suit has not flowers, like random feathers on it. That's just F- for fashion. They have South Park, of course. The greatest documentary ever was South Park and Kathleen Kennedy. Because she keeps leaning into the meme, or she keeps doing the same actions that get her made fun of. Every single work of art, it's not calling these things a work of art is almost mean, because it's trash. Every movie from Indiana Jones to Star Wars, just put a chick in it, make her gay. Again, how AI has not replaced Kathleen Kennedy by now in terms of a job is beyond me, because that's the easiest thing just to replicate.
There you are, Miss Kennedy, the linguine and clam sauce.
Excuse me. I believe I asked you to put a chick in this and make her gay.
Yes, the chef was a little confused what you meant by that.
It means put a chick in the linguine and make her fucking gay! And I want it lame!
Which, yep. It's pretty, not really viral. Look, about 100,000 views, 1.4 thousand likes. Line says, I'm having a blast not watching Acolyte. I'm really looking forward to not watching the Ray movie, getting 75 likes. Alpax Give It Equire says, I used to think Disney Star Wars was an offering where like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's still good, but I was wrong. Disney Star Wars is like British pizza with like tuna and corn on it. Unquote. Getting 28 likes. Is that real? That can't be real. If anyone's from Great Britain or if anyone is listening from that area of the world, do they really put tuna and corn on it? If that's true, that's the most disgusting thing on the planet. Going down more and more, Matt Conroy says you should really add Fialni to the post, getting 10 likes. Here. Master Splinter says, how do people fail upwards? Getting 7 likes, which, well, I mean, you can fail upward pretty impressively in life. I mean, Kamala Harris is probably the best example in history. Let's see. Nope. Neckbeard says, seemed like a worthwhile addition to your nutshell. It's all the female leads, or yeah, Kathleen Kennedy, a couple of writers and actresses, and they have the t-shirt with rudimentary font, almost like it's a knockoff sports balls team. It says, the Force is female. Got 7 likes. Let's see. Let's see. Mugwhoop says, with the Acolyte, I realized that I'm done with Star Wars. I saw the originals in the cinema when they were released, but these new shows and films are for the younger generation. I'm out, getting 10 likes. That being said, a lot of the younger generation are becoming more and more, as the youth might say, based, and they're actually rejecting this kind of stuff. Dark Brandon 916 says, yeah, I think South Park nailed it on the head with this one. I would put the emphasis on lame part on it. Episode 3 was a major dip off compared to the first 2. Had an interesting premise going and throws in a full random flashback episode that lost its relevancy to the plot, getting 4 likes. Oh, I do have a contrarian statement. The Autistic Artist says, get lost fake fan, getting 2 likes. Dr. Murph Emid says, Star Wars is officially dead. This is Woke Wars, getting 1 like. So, oh yeah, that's fascinating. So one of the leads of the Acolyte was actually Harvey Weinstein's former assistant. Interesting. I'm sure she's a very upstanding member of society. Not at all colluded with him or helped him in any way, of course. Of course. Right. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, at the end of the day, does Star Wars actually make a profit? I'm pretty skeptical because, again, the ratings are all bad. That being said, do so many people tune in to hate watch it, which, again, that hate watching is a thing. So many people tune in to watch the Velma Scooby-Doo knockoff that they got a season 2 approved because so many people hate watched it. Very similarly, it had very low approval ratings. A lot of people roasted it online. And yet, they got renewed because so many people watched it. Now, with the Acolyte, again, it sounds like a discount battery you'd buy at like a Dollar General. But nevertheless, they are growing their fan base. Mostly from people in San Francisco, which, again, they exist. Mostly in shit. Pardon the French, but yeah, there's a lot of human feces on the ground there. But again, they're increasing the market share in that regard. But overall, again, the box office also reflects this with the latest Disney movies. They are alienating a huge portion of the market. And I don't think it's long-term sustainable. I mean, maybe in 20 years, if the rates of orientation and preference and politics keep shifting at the rate we've seen historically, maybe? But that being said, even Gen Z or whatever the youth is these days, they're also shifting more conservative, which has not happened in many, many years. So it'll be interesting to see. Needless to say, I won't be tuning in, but let me know, are any of your diehard Star Wars friends, are they just writing it off completely? Will they still tune in because they're that dedicated? Do they also feel disrespected? Or do they feel like it's just a huge, spit in the eye of George Lucas and a complete insult to the original story arc and just kind of throwing everything under the bus? Or I should say, under the Millennium Falcon? Let me know in the comments, because as always, I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.